16 WAPT News at 10 starts now.
It happens here all the time. Why they can't read the sign there.
Our camera has caught big trucks getting stuck under a Jackson bridge. In tonight's special report, are the bridge and the road safe?
Sealing it, as I say,
Plus, tornadoes turned Hattiesburg and nearby communities upside down. How the Jackson area is stepping up to help storm victims.
And police in New Orleans say they got a break in the Mardi Gras quadruple shooting case on Bourbon Street.
Now, your weather first.
Showers continue, and here they are on Live Storm Shield 16 Doppler radar moving from southwest to northeast. North of Jackson, it's just showers. South, there could be a little thunder and lightning with some of these downpours. Rain increases later tonight and towards morning. It'll be a very wet day tomorrow. Look at these rainfall totals. Impressive. Over 3 inches at Jackson and Macomb, over 3.5 in Vicksburg, 6 1/4 in Hattiesburg. And there are parts in the metro area that have had 4 or 5 inches of rain. I have a report of 4 inches in the reservoir. For tomorrow, another wave of heavy rain crosses the area. And along with the heavy rain, there could be some storms with small hail. And down here on the coast, New Orleans to Biloxi, there could even be a spin-up tornado. There'll be some warm, humid air right along the Gulf Coast. So another stormy day, but it will get better. And I'll tell you when, coming up.
Thank you, David. We start with a dangerous situation in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, buildings are still falling apart after a storm smashed that city last night.
It probably won't be a ceiling here, because I said we're going to get more rain today, so it probably won't be a ceiling. As I say, it ain't going to be no ceiling.
Wow, that was the scene today when we were interviewing one restaurant owner. He says he just opened up a few months ago, and now he'll have to rebuild from scratch. Hattiesburg's mayor had just as much damage at his own house. The tornado ripped off one balcony and blew out almost all the windows in his house.
Just as I was putting the key in the door, it was coming down the street.
So you actually saw the tornado?
I saw wind and I saw panic. So that's the first time I've ever felt what I felt then. It was a feeling like, I mean, are you really going to make it? I mean, it was a different feeling and one I've never had before.
Very frightening. The mayor says when he finally did get in, he stumbled to the bathroom to ride out the storm. At Southern Miss, the Alumni House and the music building saw some of the worst damage. 16 WAPT was the only Jackson crew on the scene last night when emergency crews started sifting through these smashed buildings on campus.
And just miles away in the small town of Petal, the same store damaged or destroyed more than 100 homes. One man says his family only survived the day because of divine intervention. Well, in the aftermath of that storm, volunteers already lining up to help rebuild those neighborhoods. This is new at 10. 16 WAPT's Erin Kelly found out how the Jackson area is already helping tonight.
This tornado carved a wide path of destruction in Hattiesburg and surrounding areas Sunday.
Holy.
Now, a daunting cleanup for the worst-hit communities.
Keeping my kids safe. That was the only thing that mattered, keeping my baby safe.
We just wanted to help out any way that we could.
Southern Mississippi to the top.
Southern Miss graduates.
Thank you so much.
For many Jackson area residents already reaching out to help.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
They needed some tarps. So.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They dropped off badly needed supplies for the Salvation Army through the Radio People's truck donation drive.
We had a smaller trailer that we filled up this morning, and then we've been working on this one, which is slightly larger for the rest of the day.
Aerial photographs show what that tornado did to the campus of Southern Miss, where the Alumni House was left in pieces.
I feel terrible for them. I hate that happened. It kind of hits close to home because I did go to school there and I recognize everything that happened.
200-year-old oak trees that we took pictures under when I was going to school down there, gone.
I am a Southern Miss alum, and it was pretty shocking to see the devastation that went through there.
Mara Hartman of Entergy, Mississippi says the power company is also sending help to the hard-hit areas.
They wanted 3 crews. Those are 5 linemen per crew. We sent them this morning. They asked for an additional crew.
All to help Hattiesburg recover at a time the community needs it most. In Jackson, Erin Kelly, 16 WAPT News.
Well, a team of volunteers left from the Salvation Army's headquarters in Jackson today, equipped with 2 mobile feeding units.
Tonight, we got a bird's eye view of the destruction in Hattiesburg. You can see in these aerial photos right there that several damaged homes and debris is scattered for miles. Right now, the Weather Service says some of the worst damage happened in West Hattiesburg and the Oak Grove areas. Oak Grove High School sustained major damage.
Back in Jackson, heavy rain across the metro is causing new potholes tonight. We found almost a dozen new holes along Spillway Road. Work crews just finished filling potholes from the nearly 9 inches of rain we had last month. Experts say you can expect more potholes to continue to pop up as long as we keep getting constant heavy rain. Street flooding has been widespread in the metro area, and it's not the first time neighbors in Presidential Hills in Jackson have dealt with this. The city says the flooding is due to leaves and other debris piled up in the drains. Neighbors have complained the city isn't doing enough to fix it. It meant some neighbors could not back their cars out of their driveways.
And to track tornadoes or severe weather anytime, just download the 16 WAPT Tornado app on your smartphone. You can see live radar at any second that you need it, plus a full list of warnings.
Now to a special report. Neighbors are nervous about a Jackson bridge.
Yeah, residents on Gallatin Street say trucks slam into a bridge almost once a week. 16 WAPT's Tammy Eswick went to find out who's accountable and if that road is safe for motorists.
February 2013, December 2012, August 2012. Our camera crews catch the same problem over and over. Big trucks ramming or getting stuck under one train bridge on Gallatin Street.
It's about every week.
Really?
Yeah. We just got one out last week on the other side.
It happens so often, some residents are nervous.
It's a wonder they hadn't torn the bridge down with the trucks coming, you know, like that full force.
No doubt in my mind, the bridge is damaged. I know it's damaged, but I don't know how much.
The bridge sits at the edge of downtown Jackson, just past East Porter Street. The clearance is just over 10 feet tall. And while we tried to shoot video for this report Wednesday, a box truck slammed into the bridge again.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. This is Tammy with Channel 16. I'm on Gallatin and Porter Street in Jackson. A Ryder truck just hit a bridge.
It happens here all the time. Why they can't read the sign there?
We took a close look at the bridge after that crash. Crumbling concrete columns, mangled metal pieces, and on the underbelly of the bridge, what looks like a fair amount of damage.
Under the walkway section of this bridge, you can see the ceiling, other than being a little weathered, is predominantly clear. But when you take a look at where the vehicles pass through, scratch marks from box trucks that tried to squeeze through.
We showed these pictures to Jackson Mayor Harvey Johnson.
What type of accountability does the city have for this bridge? What if someone gets hurt?
You're going to have to put accountability in there. I was wondering how you're going to work that in. Well, if someone gets hurt, I think that's going to have to be an issue, a legal issue that's going to have to be resolved between that party and whoever is responsible for the bridge.
Canadian National owns the bridge. They say the structure is checked whenever it gets hit by a truck. In an email, the company told us, quote, the bridge has been inspected and is cleared for normal operations. Residents say they're not ready to stop driving under the bridge yet, but they want to know who's going to help stop crashes like this.
They really do need to do something about that bridge.
In Jackson, Tammy Eswick, 16 WAPT News.
Jackson's mayor says the city is accountable for making sure motorists are warned about the bridge height. He says there is adequate signage on the roadway.
It's an event so rare the last time it happened was 600 years ago. Pope Benedict XVI is resigning. The bombshell announcement came in a letter to cardinals today. The Pope cites his age and health for the resignation. The 85-year-old says he's no longer able to lead the world's 1.2 billion Catholics.
The church, is still alive, and we, all of the things that are necessary for an election of a new pope. The church surely will not, fall apart.
The Pope will step down February 28th.
This is new tonight. Police in New Orleans have made an arrest in a Bourbon Street shooting that left 4 people injured. Police say the 21-year-old turned himself in late this evening. That shooting happened Saturday night as people were celebrating Mardi Gras. Police have not released a motive yet. They say 1 victim is still in the hospital tonight. The 3 others were treated and released.
The final pieces are in place in Washington ahead of the President Obama's State of the Union address. The president's speech will have a heavy economic focus. He's also expected to urge Congress to avoid automatic spending cuts scheduled to go into effect on March 1st. Gun control will also be part of his speech. Survivors of gun violence will be there, including former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords. The president's State of the Union speech is tomorrow night at 8. You can watch it right here on 16 WAPT.
A former Army Staff Sergeant now has a Medal of Honor. President Obama awarded it to Clint Romesha this afternoon. Romesha risked his own life to help American troops fight an attack by Taliban fighters in Afghanistan in 2009. Romesha will also be one of First Lady Michelle Obama's guests at the President's State of the Union address tomorrow night.
The Navy SEAL who killed Osama bin Laden is now reportedly jobless and wondering how he'll support his family. Find out why.
It proves bullying can happen to anyone at any age. How a professional cheerleader is fighting back against the people who tried to bring her down.
Big day in New Orleans tomorrow, Mardi Gras. Heavy rain. It'll be warm, but the downpours will be plentiful. Thunder and lightning as well. How about our heavy rain? How much rain will we get? I have the answer next.
The Associated Press Best Newscast in Mississippi and an Emmy Award for Best Newscast in the Southeast region. This is 16 WAPT News, the one to watch. Tornado slams USM.
It was incredibly scary.
We were the only station on the scene, live, getting you information fast, and we'll be there when severe weather hits again, anytime, anywhere. 16 WAPT News, the one to watch.